What's going on, everybody? This here is my Marineland 10-gallon Half Moon aquarium. I just set it up a couple of days ago. Put some carob sea white sand for substrate. Got this branch at an aquarium store, and put some java moss in there and some stack stones, which I actually found in the reptile section of PetSmart. And they seem to be working pretty well, and they're not heavy, so that's a good thing. It's on a 2x2 Expedit bookcase. Seems to be doing pretty well. Some people would advise against it, but as long as you don't get the wood wet to compromise the structure, I think you'd be alright. So that is the reason why I put this rubber mat that I actually found at Target on clearance for $7. And I actually taped off the holes so in case water were to splash. And there you can see the acrylic top. Had to remove a little section right there to accommodate this Fluval C2 power filter. This filter, by the way, is really awesome. It is like an AquaClear 20, but just updated and more refined, in my opinion. There's the LED light fixture that this came with. Obviously the LED light is not that strong, so if you're planning to have any plants, probably like java fern and some moss, maybe even, I don't even know if that's strong enough to accommodate some swords, but I'm gonna look into that. But right now java fern's cool, because I know that is low light and low tech, so it's fine. Well, anyways, so here's the C2 power filter. It's just been running. I haven't seeded it yet with anything, that's why I don't have any fish in there. But check this out. It's spurting some water over the top of a screen, which disperses the water evenly over it, so it trickles down into this compartment, which houses the sea nodes, which are like porous ceramic media, which supports beneficial bacteria. And it's kind of like the Biomax, if you're familiar with Biomax with the AquaClear products. I mean, again, they're both made by Hagen, so there shouldn't be that much difference. What I am going to do, though, instead of using the activative carbon that came with this, I'm going to seed this with some Biomax that's been sitting in my other aquarium for months. So I'm going to put it in this compartment there, and that's generally actually where the activated carbon is supposed to go. But you know, after doing some research, I've read that a lot of people decide not to use the activated carbon unless they're planning to use some kind of medications or something of the sort to remove chemicals from the water. But I'm not using meds or anything like that, so there's no need for the activated carbon. I'll just save it in case one of those situations were to arise. But yeah, that's that. And just goes right back in there. As you can see, the water is just shooting over it. You gotta put this top screen filter right here so it trickles the water over the sea nodes like raindrops. And back here is the mechanical filter. I think on the back side is like some other type of media, or oh yeah, it's a sponge. So there you go. And there's an indicator right there, supposedly when the filter gets too dirty and it's time to clean, that will pop up, giving you an indication that it's, you know, time to maybe rinse out that sponge. So actually, one other thing I'd like to mention is that AquaClears and the C series of filters both share, from what I read, the same type of impeller assembly, and a lot of people complain that it rattles and makes a lot of noise. And you know, at first it really did. It seems to have quieted down a bit after a couple days. And also I read online some people kind of lube the impeller shaft with some Vaseline, and I did that as a preemptive thing. I don't know if it's actually working, but so far it is pretty quiet, more so than what it was when I first started it up. So what I'm gonna do now is gonna go over to my other aquarium, and I'm gonna go grab those that bag of Biomax that's been sitting in there for months. I'm gonna go ahead and seed this C2 with that, so I'm gonna help jumpstart the bacteria cycling process. Alright, so here's my other aquarium. It's a nanocube 12 gallon. I actually still have the stock lights in there, the actinic 50/50s. I actually think it's kind of cool. The blue light seems to be sustaining my plants. There is a pretty substantial buildup of algae, but I actually think it looks kind of cool, so I'm gonna leave that in there. The only algae I hate is the one that gets on the glass, but you know, I scrub that off on my weekly partial water changes. So I'm gonna get to the filter compartment in the back where I have the Biomax cultivating with the wonderful nitrifying beneficial bacteria, and as you can see, it's sitting in this compartment back here, nice and ready to be transplanted into my new Fluval C2 power filter. So got a cup. I can just put that in there so it doesn't drip all over my carpet. And there you go. Some nice, wonderful, beneficial bacteria. Alright, so we're back over at the Marineland Aquarium, and I have my Biomax here. I'm going to seed this with it, so I need to remove that. I'm going to try to set up my camera on this tripod here. Hopefully it doesn't fall into my tank. Well, that's impossible. I have the cover on, but still. Alright, so removing the cage compartment, whatever it's called. Into the compartment it goes, my Biomax. Here we go. Kind of spread out that Biomax in this net here. There you go. Look at that. Perfect fit. See that? That's beautiful. By the way, this tank is going to be eventually the home of some dwarf pufferfish, but before I can even get them in here, of course I have to make sure all my parameters are right. So I do have one of those API freshwater master test kits, which are highly recommended for all aquarists, new and experienced. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back on. And there you have it. A nice seated power filter.
Me and you bet I felt it. I tried to beat you, but just so hard that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. and now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool dawn run out, I'll be giving it my bestest, and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or